The Cincinnati Bengals are losers. Let me repeat that again. The Cincinnati Bengals are losers. Actually, they're week one losers. You lost your last game against the Rams, and you lost today against the Steelers. You're 0-3 in Super Bowls, and you're 0-1 in the 2022 season. Now, you're probably thinking, Mark, whoa, the Steelers just snuck away. Yes, we did. The Steelers did just sneak away. The Steelers' offense didn't look very good. However, the Steelers' defense absolutely came up to show today and wanted to stomp you guys out, and they did. I think over 7 sacks, 5 turnovers. They came to play. They came to lay the heat, and they did. And therefore, that proves that the Cincinnati Bengals are losers. But what do I know? What do I know? This moves on to Pittsburgh Steelers' record at Paycor Stadium is now 17-5, not 16-5. So add another win to that. The Cincinnati Bengals cut the ribbon at Paycor Stadium to, welcome the Steelers for their first win in 2022. And one of the best graphics I've ever seen in my life on NFL.com is that every single person chose the Bengals to win. Yes, it was a crazy game. Yes, the Bengals could have won twice, but that adds insult to injury even more. And to me, that's even more funnier, right? That's funnier than ever. Gordon to rank, MJD, Grant, Wolf, Jeremiah, all those people were wrong, and so were these people that I'm about to bring up. I had in the comment section the other day when myself and Daniel J talked about how the Cincinnati Bengals are overrated, right? Because in reality, yes, the Steelers didn't play well, okay? Well, let's not focus on the Steelers right now. Let's focus on our opponent, the Cincinnati Bengals, who are losers. They're week one losers, okay? Let's focus on them. We talked about them being overrated. They had 2 big chances to win the game, and they lost, right? 2 chances. They had held the ball for 46 minutes, and they still lost, right? They turned the ball over 5 times. You can't do that. But I want to go through some comments that I had the other day. You guys might like this. It's quite funny. I had a few comments on over the last 2 months. I've got about 10 here. Won't waste too much of your time because the Bengals are losers, right? One bloke says here, the Bengals are the vastly superior team, especially on offense, right? The Steelers will go 7-10. You sound like a bitter Pitt fan. Nah, you're wrong. Do you know why? Because you lost, okay? Bro, I get your point. How you beat the Bills week one, but they weren't in your division rival. We are. And you're starting Mitch or rookie QB against the division rival AFC champions in week one. None of that says success, for y'all. Sorry. Well, you might have a point. You have a point there. Not a big fan of Mitch Trubisky's play. I thought it was quite poor. I think he snuck away with one today. Trubisky played really, really poor. The defense came out and pretty much won the game. Okay? So you have a point. But the Cincinnati Bengals are still losers. Let's move on. Scott H says, I predict the score to be 41-10 Cincy. And he got 4 likes and a little love heart from Steeler Nation Australia. How wrong you were, right? The score was 23-20 and you lost. The Steelers won. Michael Washington says, I'm keeping receipts for this one. Overrated. Come on now. Michael, you can keep all the receipts you want. Hopefully you come back to this video, in the next few days and come say hello because you lost. Your team lost. You're 0-1. Bob Yeager says the Bengals are for real. You know what the Bengals are? The Bengals are chokers. Absolute chokers. The Steelers had no right to win that game today. No rights at all to win that. Offense was terrible. Play calling was bad. Couldn't run the ball. Couldn't throw the ball. Couldn't do anything. Okay? Our defense showed up and laid the absolute smackdown. And hopefully TJ Watt isn't a serious injury that what I've been hearing. But we'll get into that in the next few days. Don't worry, there's more comments. There's more. Victor Pat 24 said, this is the best comedy show ever. Who Day, all day, with 5 stars. And he got 5 likes. Well, Victor, your comedy show airs the Bengals losing and starting the 2022 series 0-1 because the Bengals are losers. Right? Piney Tree says the Bengals are overrated with some laughing emojis and some laughing and crying emojis. And then Kevin Evans says, we'll be returning this one on Sunday. Life lasts. Are you returning? Did you come and return? Did you knock on the door? Did you knock on the Steelers Nation Australia door? I didn't hear anyone returning. I've heard silence. Absolute silence. No Bengal has really come back and said, hey, mate, good game. You deserved it. None. None of yous. Right? Because the Bengals are losers. All right. Another bloke says here, this is comical. Dude, you weren't even alive for those 4 Super Bowls. Chill with all the hypocrisy of dirty players. All the Steelers are dirty. The Bengals are going to smoke you clowns. The Bengals are going to smoke you clowns. Isn't that interesting? I'm pretty sure the score was, let me think. Wasn't the score 23-20? Did you smoke us? Nah, don't think you did. Don't think you did, mate. All right? You no longer get those awful calls in your favor. Oh, don't even start me on the awful calls that the Bengals got in this game. The Bengals got 2 or 3 penalties that were dead set. Something going on. Someone's calling Vegas saying, hey, you better make sure the Bengals win. There was at least 2 or 3 in that matchup. Boy, oh boy. Right? He says no one's coming to save you in 2 games. With bad O-line, you got 2 sacks. With this new O-line, you bums won't even have. Oh my! This one really feels good. Oh boy, this feels real good. With this new O-line, you bums won't even have Burrow under pressure. Try scoring more points and try scoring more than 10 points. Then come talk to me. Are you joking? Are you joking? Are you joking? Are you kidding, man? Burrow was under so much pressure today. He had 1 fumble. He got sacked, I think, 7 or 8 times, right? And he threw, I think, 4 interceptions. 4. Y'all not winning, bruh. Washington, what? WTF? Sorry, I was trying to say Washington football team. What else do you need? What else do you need? Are you happy with that? The Cincinnati Bengals are losers. Point blank, period. The Steelers start the season 1-0. Let's move on. And the Cincinnati Bengals start the season 0-1. So in the comments, any Bengals fans, you got nothing to say. Absolutely nothing. Just try it. Try and say something. Say anything you want. Say my team's terrible. Say Trubisky's terrible. I know he's terrible. I know he played awful. And you lost to him. That's even worse. No matter what you say about the Steelers being terrible, you still lost to a terrible team. How does that make you feel? How does it make you feel? As I pick up my terrible towel, you still lost to a terrible team. If you say the Steelers stink, well, you lost to them. You can't win this argument. You can't. The Bengals lost. They're losers. They're 0-1. That's factual. Coach Tomlin is a winner. You need to deal with that because he won the game. We just won, but you guys are losers. We're winners, man. We're winners. We are winners. We're 1-0 and we won the game. You had 2 chances to win that game. A block field goal, block extra point, and a missed field goal. You should have won that game. That was yours to lose, and you lost because you're losers. All right, guys. Thank you for checking out Steeler Nation Australia. I'm pretty pumped up. And hopefully every single Bengal fan that commented like these blokes, come back. Come back, man. Kevin, come back. Piney, come back. Victor Puerto, come back. This is the best comedy show ever. Who day go on beat them Bengals? The Steelers. The Steelers go on beat them Bengals 1-0, and you lost.